Am I the asshole for not letting my sister come to my wedding? Being only 1 year apart, I, 25F, have always had a pretty good relationship with my sister. I met a guy named Jay, not real name, 4 years ago. We've instantly connected, started dating quickly. He's an amazing person and I couldn't be happier. He's Korean, born there and moved in this country when he was a child. My parents had no problem with it, but my sister started making jokes every time he was around. Joking about him eating dogs, having small genitals, being made out of rice and pretty much all that racist stuff. I've tried telling her it was racism and non-acceptable, but she's always saying it's just a joke, and telling me I was terrible for calling her a racist. Jay always told me not to get mad or yell because he didn't want to cause any problems. Didn't want me to speak for him. So I didn't, but at the same time I'm always angry whenever that happens. Anyways, we've announced our engagement lately. We're getting married next month. My family was very happy for me, his family too. Now, my sister is supposed to be my bridesmaid. But the more the wedding approaches, the more comments my fiancé is getting. Lately, she's been telling us how worried she was that the ceremony is going to be an Asiatic bullshit and we're all going to catch COVID-19 due to my in-laws coming. Also, I've learned she told Jay to try to get his eye bigger for the pictures, and she even told me I could always change my mind and marry a real guy. Last night, I talked to Jay and asked him about his feelings. He confessed that, obviously, he was getting tired of the racist's comments. It was my cue to act, as I also was getting more and more upset and also frustrated to watch him get insulted without doing anything. So I called my sister and told her that the only way she was coming to the wedding was if she stopped her racist comments and apologized to my fiancé. She refused and acted as if I was the one at fault, yelling at her like that even though she was only joking, etc. I was very tired and told her I'm not inviting her anymore until she changes. Now her and my parents are mad at me for doing that, saying I'm overreacting and shouldn't ban my sister for such an important event. But I'm sick of that and not changing my decision. But Jay told me I shouldn't do that, as it is a bit harsh and would pain my sister. He said it would be mean. So now I'm conflicted. Am I in the wrong? Update! Exclamation mark. Wow. Thank you so much for all the wonderful and so helpful comments. I deeply apologize if I didn't answer, but I read all of them. I did realize how bad of a person my sister is and has always been towards Jay, and I, in a way. I also realized that, since my love and I are planning to start a family, I would never accept any kind of comments towards my child, ever, so I better start reacting now. I talked to Jay and asked him how he would want me to handle the situation, as to make sure my decisions would not harm him. I also explained to him that while he was being extremely nice and an amazing kind person, he was allowed to be mad and that this treatment was not only unfair but disgusting, and that it also hurts me to see him suffer like this. That he was also part of my family. After having this talk, he agreed on me not allowing my sister to come, and thanked me. I apologized for not doing something sooner. We had a really emotional conversation. I feel like he's really relieved. I am so glad. So I called my sister, in Visio. I told her that I wouldn't allow a racist person coming to our wedding, that her jokes were just excuses to blatant racism and very hurtful, and that if she had an internal deeper problem with Jay, she could talk to me. But she didn't. She kept going on about how I was terrible and mean and she didn't do anything that bad. I gave her a last chance to make amend. She didn't take it. So now she's definitely not going to our wedding. I've made sure of that. As well as our married life, as long as she doesn't apologize and set things right, she's not allowed near my family. My love is happy and relieved with that decision too, which is the most important part for me. I've also talked to my parents, as recommended, and told them that if they believed she was innocent or had the same point of view as her, they weren't welcome as well. They told me they don't, so I'm allowing them but keeping an open eye, just in case, since I'm still mad at him for siding with her in the first place. I do feel better, and I will definitely be more assertive starting now. I will not allow anything else like this. Also, to the persons asking why I reacted so late to all the racist comments, I did insult and or yell at her a lot of times at the beginning. We've had multiple discussions. But that made Jay quite upset. He later told me he didn't like conflict, especially because of him, and didn't want me to be mad for him. I told him he was allowed to be mad and not take it, but he didn't want to listen. We've had a long discussion and he asked me to never get angry on his behalf or say something, as it would hurt him. I didn't like it, but after a few more conversations I felt like he was pretty stoic on this. It of course doesn't excuse the fact that I should have reacted sooner. It's totally on my fault and I do feel responsible. It's just to give further information. Well, now he knows I won't take it anymore. I hope you all have an amazing day. I'll update again if anything else happen, even if I made myself clear with her. If I should do something more or say something else, please do tell me. I don't want to make any more mistake. Not the asshole. If you don't stand up for your husband now, then when? When the comments about your children start. Will it be okay to joke about your children's heritage? No, of course it won't be. If your sister can't stop her racist comments, then she has no place in the most important day of your life. And to be clear, you haven't banned her from your wedding. You gave her a choice that she was to be respectful or she was to not be there. She has told you that she will not be respectful, therefore she has chosen to not attend. Not the asshole. I probably wouldn't invite my parents either. This isn't a situation of your sister not knowing she's making insensitive comments. She's a racist. I have a sister I didn't invite to my wedding and I have no regrets. You did say she could attend if she apologizes. Sounds reasonable. Not the asshole. Your sister is racist. Even if she was joking, she's not. A decent person would stop when asked to. Not the asshole. You'd be an asshole if you invited your sister. Your wedding, you choose who to invite, and do you really want a racist who called your wedding bullshit? They're insulting your in-laws and husband. Just joking is a lame excuse if the target of the joke doesn't find it funny. It isn't funny. Stick to your guns and keep her out less than 3. Not the asshole for like 900 reasons. But I'll start with these. 1. It's your wedding and you are the one who dictates who will attend, not your parents. Not your racist sister, either. 2. This behavior goes far deeper than joking. It's racist, it's openly disrespectful to you, not to mention Jay, and it's unending. I suspect she knows exactly how racist she is, but just in case you don't, she's capital R, Southern American cop-level racist. 3. You're about to be married, which means your fiancé transitions into your new number one priority. Not your sister, not your parents' approval, not the family's hurt feelings. J. And tolerating this bullshit is no way to respect your husband. Put this idiot in her place and then fucking leave her there. Not the asshole. Your sister decided to not go to your wedding. You gave her a choice, to act like a decent human and go, or to be racist and not go. All she had to do was shut up her terrible thoughts about the inhabitants of a continent for one day, and she chose not to do that. She chose her racism over attending your wedding. Do not let your parents or her forget that this was her decision not to attend. I'd go so far to change the offer to, you may only attend if you do not speak anything racist and must be supervised by one of our parents the entire time to ensure she's not just spouting off at the wedding. Not the asshole, but what took you so long? Except your fiancé, your sister is a racist. A non-racist person doesn't made racist jokes, that's mutually incompatible. You suck for not stopping this sooner or cutting contact in some way. If you value your fiancé's feelings at all, your sister should not be in the wedding and you shouldn't want her to be. Not the asshole. This will be your Korean fiancé's family's first time meeting yours. Do you want your racist sister to be there? Half the guests will be his and none of them will find her funny. Ask your parents if they find your sister's comments funny. My sister started making jokes every time he was around. Joking about him eating dogs, having small genitals, being made out of rice and pretty much all that racist stuff. She is racist. You should not have her as a bridesmaid. You are the asshole for letting this go on as long as it did. Not the asshole. Hi. I'm Korean American and I'm extremely appalled by her behavior. I would have blown up the moment she said those horrifying things. Your sister is the exact problem to the racism and hate we have been facing in America. Whether she actually believes in that bullshit or not, she is racist and perpetuating hate crimes against minorities. It's not funny at all. Joking about him eating dogs, having small genitals, being made out of rice and pretty much all that racist stuff. Big not the asshole, your sister sucks, keep her out of your wedding and have the joyful ceremony you two deserve. Not the asshole. There's truth behind every joke. You aren't not letting her. You told her she can come if she stopped, she chose to not stop, that means she's choosing to not attend. Jay is too kind for his own good. Maybe a family therapy session is in order for you, Jay, your parents and your sister. Maybe hearing it's wrong from an outsider would make them understand how wrong it is. Not the asshole, your sister is a racist. Do your parents even understand how fucked up her behavior is? If your parents don't, they can bow out of your wedding along with your sister. But you need to make a stand for your soon-to-be husband. And if you don't make a stand against the racist remarks now, she is never going to stop. Cannot imagine how hurtful it is for your fiancé to have to deal with these remarks every single time he sees her. And that he may have to put up with it at his own wedding would be intolerable. Abso-fucking-lutely no. Not the asshole. You literally asked her to stop, plus explained how her jokes were negatively affecting you and your husband. No, you are not the asshole. Your sister has had every opportunity to change her behavior and quit making racist statements to your fiancé, and she has chosen to continue. This is Jay and your wedding, and you should both be able to enjoy the day without worries that someone will say or do something inappropriate. Congratulations on your upcoming wedding. I wish you both a lifetime of happiness. Please don't let your sister be racist to Jay on his big day. He doesn't deserve that. Not the asshole. You are the asshole. For even wondering if you're the asshole and for not dying on this hill ages ago. This is stomach-churning, rage-inducing racism. Your sister's jokes are disgusting. And telephone your parents to pick a side. Either racism is okay, or it absolutely isn't. Not the asshole. Jay has the patience of a damned saint. Your sister is being despicable. It's not joking if she's the only one who finds it funny. I'd cut her out of more than just the wedding. Not the asshole. Your sister is a racist. It is only a joke if both parties are laughing. It is your wedding day. Only have people around you that will be happy for you. Obviously your sister isn't. Please show her this thread as she can see what a racist person she is. Not the asshole. She is very, very racist. Not the asshole. The feelings of your husband at his own wedding are far more important than those of your racist sister. Not the asshole. You have been remarkably generous to your sister so far, Jay even more so. Your sister is a racist. She is making reprehensible, dehumanizing jokes about your fiancé and his family. I'm pretty shocked that your parents haven't shut her down once. By doing so, they are complicit in her racist actions. The best thing you can probably do is a. Make sure your sister cannot enter your wedding, period. B. Make sure your parents know that they are not welcome if they pick racism, aka your sister, over supporting you, their future Sil, and his family. It's going to be rough. NTA and make her eat her own damn jokes. Stan her right into her own insecurities. Go for every stereotypes of your culture she fills out and brush her off with, it's a joke. Bullies like your sister won't learn it without pain and else yourself. Why are your parents upset with you and not your racist sister? You are the asshole for allowing 4 years of racism without any consequence and rewarding your sister with a bridesmaid position. Are you sure you love this guy? Not the asshole. A joke is not funny if you're the only one laughing. If you relent on this without getting an apology and changed behavior, it will continue. Your sister is a racist R. Not the asshole. Not even a little. You should have acted faster even if Jay said he was fine with it, you weren't. Boundaries need to be set. This is the man you are going to spend the rest of your life with. Stick with your gut, and stop doubting yourself. She needs to learn. Not the asshole. Your sister is a racist asshole. Your parents are wrong. Your decision is not mean. It's putting your future husband first instead of your sister. Not the asshole. Tell your parents that they should treat your fiancé better by not accepting your sister's behavior. No one is laughing at her jokes, and she refuses to stop even though she's been asked nicely. If they feel like she's doing nothing wrong, they don't need to come to the wedding either. As a POC, welcome to It's Just a Joke racism. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Your sister has chosen her racist jokes over your wedding. This is what is more important to her. You sister is a bigot. She insults your fiancé and calls it joking. Complains about his family. Tells him to make his eyes bigger for photos. If she was in a workplace, she'd be fired for acting like that. You have every right to tell her to skip the wedding if she can't be civil. Your parents should have also talked to her about her disrespectful attitude. Your fiancé asking you not to ban her is him going out of his way to not start your marriage off with family strife. It shows that he is a better person than your sister. No matter what you finally decide about the wedding, I don't see you spending much time with your sister in the future. Not the asshole. Just a note about South Korea's COVID response. They instituted the fairly straightforward simple policies like mask wearing early on. They are at like 5 cases, 100,000 atmospheres, the US is at 18. Kinda makes me more willing to invite a Korean into the house than someone from the US. Also, my best friend when I was a kid was Korean. They made some awesome meals. Not the asshole. Good for you for having your fiancé's back. Racism in any form is not to be tolerated even if they are only joking. Not the asshole. Stand your ground. Your sister's behavior is racist and she clearly knows it because it's been going on for years and she chose to escalate when learning that the two of you were getting married. You may or may not be planning to have children, but if you are, is this the sort of thing that you want them to hear from their aunt? Not the asshole. It's a joke when everyone's laughing. In the other cases it is bullying. Not the asshole. Your sister needs to face some consequences for her behavior. Remind her that jokes are actually funny, and her racist crap is not. You are the asshole for letting it last this long. She's a major asshole for for being a full-on racist. Your family are assholes for enabling a racist, and thus, are complicit in her racism. Are you sure you love J.B.C. You sure haven't been acting like it. Info-op, what did you do that makes you think you could be the asshole? Because not inviting racists to your wedding is a good thing. Not the asshole. It's just a joke. Explain how it's funny, 'cause I don't get it. It's not a joke. Your sister is used to getting away with her racist crap by claiming it's a joke. Everyone sucks here except for Jay. You should have shut her down a long time ago. Your poor fiancé. He's too kind. Why would you ask her to be your bridesmaid when she's been nothing but disrespectful to you both by making these comments for years? If she can't apologize and promise not to make racist jokes or comments, then that's on her. Not you. Why wouldn't your parents support you in this unless they are racist too? If you want to teach her a lesson and be super petty, start making shitty jokes about her constantly to see how she likes it. Focus on her looks, body, weight, shitty personality, intelligence, etc. As her sister, you should know what buttons to push. She sure as hell knows yours and Jay's. Not the asshole. Fuck that shit. Tell her, is she willing to get on the mic in front of the whole wedding reception and repeat the things she said? Or is she going to clam up because she knows in the back of her mind it's not right to say? I'm getting real tired of the casual racism toward Asian people. Classic case of reverse R, where you confront the asshole for being an asshole and suddenly somehow you are the R. You are not the asshole and your sis needs to realize her gaslighting bullshit won't stand trying to hide racism behind her jokes. Not the asshole is someone who's half white and half Korean. Comments like those hurt. I've heard comments like that from family and strangers and it made me so uncomfortable and had a lot of issues with me looks. I look 100% Korean. My parents didn't stop comments like that when they got married, and when I was born I had those racist comments thrown at me. After years of hearing, it doesn't hurt as much, but it caused me to resent both sides of my family. Thank you for standing up for your future husband. Not the asshole. Your sister is openly racist and there is no excuse for that. She should deal with the consequences of her terrible personality. Good for you for standing up for your fiancé, even when he's trying to be a peacemaker. What she is doing is awful and he shouldn't have to spend time with someone who harasses and insults him like that. It's good to distance yourself from her, and if you end up having children, she probably shouldn't be a part of their lives. You are absolutely not the asshole in any way. Sounds like your sister is a racist, and also an R. I wouldn't want her at the wedding. She'll only find a way to continue insulting your husband and making a general racist nuisance of herself. If she stops talking to you because you disinvite her, you're honestly probably better off. Not the asshole. Your wedding is between you and your husband. Do not let your sister ruin it for the both of you. Do not invite her to wedding, and if your parents make a scene, uninvite them as well. Not the asshole. Don't make racist comments to the groom is the lowest bar of civil behavior and she can't clear that. Tell her and your parents the simple rule is, anyone making racist comments is not invited. Full stop. Best wishes for a happy life together. 2 hearts. Definitely not the asshole. Racist people do not really admit that they are racist. The excuse is always, it's just a joke, and that is ass shit.